Can you? We're going to revisit all these emotions, but the fact that you were signed the contract extension, what does that make you feel, especially being able to be a part of the Utah Hockey Club for 5 more years?
Actually, it's a great feeling. Good to know I'm able to stay for a couple more years, and I'm super pumped to be part of this locker room, this group of guys. So, I'm really happy.
It feels like ownership invested in the leadership in this room with those contract extensions, yourself included. What does that say about growing and I guess contributing as a leader in the room?
Yeah, obviously, we have big plans for next couple of years, and especially for this season. It's the first season ever, inaugural season, so it's pretty special for everybody. So we need to finish strong, and we're ready for the playoffs.
With the contract kind of been tabbed as the starter for this team, how do you take that responsibility of being the number one guy now?
Actually, I just need to do my job, and I don't want to change anything. Just play my best every night, and be ready whatever comes.
The team has only been here for a short time, but what made you kind of fall in love with Utah so quickly and want to re-sign here before the offseason?
It's super easy to live here. It's a great state, great people around, and big fan base already. So that crowd, especially on the home games, they give us special energy every night. So I enjoyed every game here, and it's pretty special to play here.
Is there any level of relief that the contract's done and you can just focus on hockey for the rest of the season?
Exactly, like you said, it's pretty important to me, and now I just need to clear my mind and just focus for what I do the best. So it's what I want to focus now.
How's a lifestyle here compared to Arizona?
It's quite different, but I really like it. I'm kind of outdoor guy, so when I have a day off, I'm trying to spend more time outside and go to the Park City or just do some little hike. So it's pretty nice for me, and it's like I said, pretty easy to live here.
And how about the whole hockey experience from the owner on down? How's that compared to what you have in Arizona?
It's pretty good actually. I really like it, and I think like everybody else, it's easy to play here.
What was your initial reaction when you found out that the deal was done and you were going to stay here, another 5 years?
Actually, we talked about it a couple of days before, so it was a big moment for me, especially for my career. So it's good to know I'm able to stay here, and I'm super pumped to bring the Stanley Cup to the Utah.
What's it like going up against Austin Matthews?
Sorry again.
What's it like going up against Austin?
Trying to prepare for any other game and play our best. I don't really care who is on the other side. I just want to stop every puck, so I don't really care about it.
We learned Ingram's taking a step away. Just what did he mean to you in the locker room, and kind of the support the team has for him during this time?
Yeah, I think that support is pretty important to him. We have to share some positive vibes to him, and hopefully he's gonna be back pretty quick.
How does that feel to get the deal, the extension, whatever?
Good. It's where I want to be. Very grateful for the opportunity to stick around for another year. Have loved being in Salt Lake ever since I got here. Organization has been fabulous. So super excited to stick around, keep building, and I know that I can keep getting better, and I've got better hockey coming.
What do you like about here?
Well, it's the organization's first class. I think that you go around the league, you're not going to get much better, and I've played in some places that are pretty good too. So that's been awesome. I think that we've got a young team that's continuing to get better and better. I think that the future is looking really bright here, and I've got a young kid here. It's nice to be able to stick around, and my wife likes it out here, so we're just happy as a family on and off the ice.
At the deadline, Bill extends 4 players, including yourself, doesn't trade any of the guys in the room. Just what does that do for the team, knowing he believes in the group you have right now?
Yeah, it gives us confidence. obviously this is a spot that this organization hasn't been in a number of years. We've been used to trading away pieces at the deadline, and so for us to still be in the hunt, that's kind of our first goal. But the work's far from done. We've got 3 teams ahead of us that we still got to catch and 20 games to play. So it's kind of the first step, but we've got a long way to go to reach where we want to be.
How different did the deadline feel here versus like what you were going through in Toronto?
Yeah. I mean, the deadlines are always kind of stressful, whether it's, if you're a team in the hunt, you're obviously looking to add, and that's excitement in and of itself. But I think I've said this once in Toronto that, like, there's always pressure. You know, if you're not playing well or if you're not playing up to your standards, you never know what's going to happen. And obviously, if everything's clicking, it's a really exciting time, and you can add pieces. But I remember, I think my first year in Toronto, we traded away a couple pieces and weren't adding that year. So it was the COVID shortened season, but we weren't really in a playoff spot at the time. This is kind of a similar position to that. Obviously, that team probably had higher expectations going into the year, but I've been through it before. It's definitely a somber feeling when you're trading away pieces, so it's nice to kind of have the group stick together, and we know that it's just on us in the room right now.
Watching them from afar, have you seen any real changes in this Leafs core?
Listen, I've got a lot of respect and for a lot of those guys in that room, and I think that they've been a really good team for a long period of time, and I think it's just a matter of time until they break through. You kick at the door as many times as they have, you're gonna find your way through at some point, and they're playing great hockey again this year. But at the end of the day, you've got to get it done, and it's tough. There's a bunch of teams that are adding in the East and the West. It's not like, okay, the Leafs are just going to come in and win, right? Like other teams are good too, and they have a say in the matter as well. So only one team can win every year, and it's a hard league.
Mitch was saying he's still in touch with you. They approached him about a potential trade at the deadline. Is it hard for you to envision him in a jersey outside of a Leafs blue and white?
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's from Toronto. He's been a big part of building what they've become. One of the best players in the league, and a guy that leaves it all out there for the Leafs. So it's obviously for them, he's a huge part of the team. They need him around right now. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? Obviously, I don't talk to him about that stuff at all. So that's for him to discuss.
What's it like playing against him? We obviously asked you a lot about what it was like playing with him.
He's, unbelievable player. It's tough playing against any of those top players in the league. He's one of them. He does it all, competes all night, plays both ends of the puck. So, he's an elite player in this league.
Can you compare your day-to-day experience as a player here with this organization to what it was in Arizona?
No, I mean, listen, like, we come in and we try and do what we can every day to be prepared on the ice, and it's those other things that maybe you're referring to. Those are just the stuff around the edges. We love living in Arizona. It's a great place to live, and we went out there and tried to compete every night. We're doing the same thing here. It's all ice rinks are pretty similar, so it's not too big of a deal.
There's probably still a lot of curiosity about hockey in Utah. What surprised you about living and playing here?
Well, I think there's some buzz around the team right now. I've never been part of an expansion team or anything like that, but it just feels like the city is really excited to have a hockey team. The fan base is continuing to grow with us. I think that there's lots of people who weren't super familiar with hockey, and it's been great to kind of show them what hockey's all about and be able to grow from the grassroots. The organization's done a great job of getting out into the community and allowing us to kind of grow the game from that level, and that's going to take time. We haven't even been here for a year yet, but if we keep building and we keep putting a good product on the ice, I think that hockey's going to continue to grow here.
And is there an adjustment from going from 5,000 people to 17,000?
No, I don't think so. I think that's overblown. And we go on the road. We play 41 games on the road that you're playing there anyway. So it's maybe some of the sight lines for goalies are different or something like that. For us, it's not a huge difference.
And speaking about the community, something that you and your family have done is donate tickets to women hockey players growing up. Can you describe how important that is to you and your family to do that and to continue to see the growth of women's hockey here in Utah?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of guys on our team who are doing stuff. I think that's one of the great things about hockey is lots of guys around the league do things like that. So it's not that I'm doing any different than any other people have done, but it is nice for us. I think just having a daughter this year. I think that when we were talking to some people from SCG at the beginning of the year, they were saying that a lot of the times there's only a men's team here right now. There's a lot of kind of youth hockey initiatives that lean towards boys, and so we just wanted to make an effort to allow girls hockey to have the same opportunity that the boys have, and it's been great seeing them come out. A lot of them are super excited to be out there, and hopefully as youth hockey continues to grow, girls hockey is right there with the boys as well.
So Boogie is still day to day. He was on the ice today. He said he felt good, but I don't know more. We'll know more moving forward. Obviously, for Iggy, we're support him. All our heart is with him. We hope the best for him, and we just hope everything will go well for him.
How important do you think it is for players to recognize the mental side of the game and not just physically push forward?
It's important for everybody. Not for the player more than for you, and for me, than for everybody. I think mental health is a thing. It's important, and it's been underestimated for years. So now I think it's good to come to light, and people take care of themselves, and it's important for everybody to try to help people in that regard as well.
How important is it that the league also offers that support and wants to be able to support players and coaches?
It's really important. I think, like I said, it's any enterprise who respect themselves take care of its people, and I think the NHL do a really good job. I think our organization do a really good job to support our player, and I think it's important to recognize that.
On the ice, it looked like Michelli was getting some reps with Hayton and Kerfoot or Gunther. Do you see him entering the lineup, or?
We'll figure it out tomorrow. We'll see. Like we mentioned lately, we have a lot of game time decision. We have a lot of bumps and bruises at this time of the year, so we'll figure it out the lineup tomorrow.
What have you liked? Obviously, Toronto's here. It was our first trip to Utah. What have you liked about the Utah setup here?
There's a lot. First of all, when you woke up this morning and you look outside, that's beautiful, right? That's the first thing. The second is everything has been done worse last year. When you think you look at all that facility here. In last April, there were nothing. In last May, there were nothing. They build that is just for 1 year, and they're building a state-of-the-art facility who will be huge and will be beautiful. So I think they treat us like we cannot ask for any better in terms of our ownership and Ashley and Ryan and all the organization. But on top of it, if you look at the way the fans treat us, the way we've been treated in town everywhere, wherever we go, it's unbelievable. So we're grateful to our fans, grateful to our city to support us and embrace Utah HC that much.
It's great to play in front of 17,000 as opposed to 5.
It's the love they give us. It's unbelievable every night. I think they're into it. They're like I said, in the community everywhere we go. We feel the support, feel the love. People embrace the game. There's a lot of people who learn the game, and they learn to love the game of hockey and grow the NHL. So that's unbelievable.
This deadline was the first time in a while Bill, extended players instead of trading them away. What does that do to the group to know that you are kind of turning a corner and management believes in the players you have right now?
Oh, I think it's huge. I think, those guys are great leaders in our team. They're great players. We know that, but they are an important member when they have a voice. When we talk about the way we have to play, the way we need to manage the game, the way we need to play down the stretch, the way we need to play when we have a lead. You look at guys like Matty and Colsey, they're Stanley Cup champion. They're not once, twice Stanley Cup champion. You look at the guy like Veggie, what he did for us this year. Guys like Kerfoot, the leadership he brings. It's like I always say, he's the brain of the operation on a lot of stuff. The way he play in the PK, he's one of the guys who has the most ice time in the league in the PK, and big reason why we've been successful. So he's a huge leader in our team. So the leadership and reward. I think the room knows we're in it, we're in a fight, and we need to dig in.
I know you've coached Karel ever since his beginning in the NHL. How have you seen him grow up to this point?
I think I talk more with you than with him since he's in 4 years. Veggie is a yes and no kind of a answer all the time, but he's such. There's no bad day for Veggie. He smiles every day. You get a conversation with him. He's really straight to the point. He's not sugarcoat anything. He's unbelievable to work with. It's as low maintenance as it gets. There's, like I said, he's really he's a good read of what he does right, what he needs to do better, and it's really fun to work with.
How good of an example is Karel Vejmelka for a guy like Jackson Stauber?
No, that's absolutely and he's a great example for Stubby. You're perfectly right, but he's a great example across the board in our room because Veggie arrived 4 years ago and his English was, he was not understanding everything. It was tough to communicate with the player and stuff like that. And now he's talking in front of the group. He's communicating on situation he likes or he doesn't like in terms of the way we play and stuff. And the growth is unbelievable. So for Starry, it's great. But for other guys who grew with him and knew where he was 4 years ago and where he is now, it's a great example.